Hello everyone, for Inside Anarchy, this is Sean Orleans. We are coming to you from the Forge Training Facility in South St. Louis, sitting here ringside with Mike Outlaw, who has a big match coming up at July 28th at Circus Maximus against Gary J. Mike, I know you saw the sit-down we did with Gary a few weeks ago. The man said he's going to knock you out easily. Easily. Your response to that?
Easily. My response to that, Gary J knocking me out easily, is bullshit.
Oh, okay, that's short and to the point. We appreciate that, but I think the viewers might want a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah, why is that bullshit?
Why is it bullshit? Because I'm fucking Mike Outlaw. That's why it's bullshit. If you've been paying attention to what I've been doing over the last 9 years of my career, you would know why that's bullshit. And Gary J knows exactly why that's bullshit. Because it's been 5 years since I've stepped inside Spalding Hall. And within 5 years, I've made my name around this whole region in every last fucking promotion that I've been in. Titles all over St. Louis, while Gary J has been held back, protected, baby, inside Spalding Hall, and he claims that he's the best. He's only the best and feel like he's the best because he hasn't stepped in the ring with Mike Outlaw.
Gary is considered the best in the St. Louis region. He's considered the best by some.
He's considered the best in St. Louis Anarchy.
Okay.
And that's because Mike Outlaw makes his return to St. Louis Anarchy, July 28th at Circus Maximus. You can talk, listen, no, let me talk, let me have this, all right?
Okay.
You can talk about who's the best in St. Louis. You know, you can say Mike Outlaw, you can say Gary J. But on July 28th, Circus Maximus, one thing's gonna be a fact, and that is Mike Outlaw is gonna be better than Gary J. Knockout, submission, pin, I'm going to get my hand raised, and your winner, Mike Outlaw, real name, no gimmicks.
Everybody that follows St. Louis wrestling knows your resume. You've won titles all over the area. But yet, you've never won a title at St. Louis Anarchy. Gary has dominated that place. Do you feel that that is why people may put him ahead of you?
Gary ahead of me because I haven't won titles at St. Louis Anarchy. Well, guess what? I've also won belts in places that Gary J hasn't won belts either. So who puts who ahead of who? There's only one way to find out who's ahead of who, and that's when I fuck Gary J up at Circus Maximus.
Mike, Gary has knocked out numerous opponents over the years. What makes you so sure you won't be sleeping under the lights on July 28th? What makes you so confident that Gary won't knock you out?
You see, because you keep using those two letters, K.O., knock out. Because in my 31 years of breathing on this fucking earth, I've never been knocked out, and that's not going to start at Circus Maximus. So Gary J says he's going to knock me out. Well, I will flip the script and double it, and say I'm going to knock him out.
Last question. Gary J, for years now, has been widely heralded as a pillar of St. Louis Anarchy, a pillar of St. Louis wrestling. What are your thoughts on that?
Pillars.
Yeah.
Let me cut you off right there.
Okay.
And let me talk about pillars. Actually, let me talk about the guys who are regarded as the 4 pillars of St. Louis wrestling. Let me start off with Warhorse, who's out here. I mean, does he even care about winning fucking titles? Does he care about winning? All he cares about is getting a fucking Slim Jim deal that he's not gonna get. And then let's talk about Davey Vega, who's out here struggling to find another tag partner. I mean, speaking of tag partners, where the hell is Matt Fitchett? He's struggling doing, whatever the hell he's doing. And then you got Gary J, who's struggling worse than them all, because Gary J's struggle isn't here. Because all the other pillars have crumbled. And Gary J is the last pillar standing. But it's weak, it's cracked. And he knows that I know that I see the cracks. I see the cracks in the pillar. I see the cracks in Gary J. And come Circus Maximus, I'm showing up to knock down the final pillar in St. Louis Anarchy and take my rightful seat at the throne as the king of St. Louis wrestling.
Mike Outlaw, everybody. July 28th, Circus Maximus, Gary J versus Mike Outlaw. For Inside Anarchy, I'm Sean Orleans.